Hello, Mark Crossfield here. In my hands today, we're going to hit Callaway Big Bertha driver and compare it to Cobra Bio Cell Plus. I know you guys love a good matchup, so we're going to hit these two clubs. I've got my Pro V1X balls, Titleist balls, my GC2. We're going to hit some with those balls as well and show you some data of why I might go for one or the other. Let's see what Big Bertha and Cobra Bio Cell Plus have when they're in the ring together. Let's get stuck in. Right guys, Cobra Bio Cell Plus. I've got the blue one, comes in different colours. So I've got white top, blue head, black face, looks stunning. You get smart pad technology, which Cobra are quite proud of. So when you put the club on the ground, even if you change the neck setting in the MyFly, so you get MyFly neck that changes loft and face settings, the smart pad makes it sit and appear neutral. Obviously, if you put the club on the ground and the ground is level, then that makes sense. If the ground isn't that level or you don't ground the club, that ain't going to do anything, but you choose to buy into smart pad how you wish. We've then got Big Bertha. We get blue, darkish blue, kind of shiny finish, very good looking finish, silver face. You get variable face thickness, I think, on the face on this one. We get a sliding rail at the back, so MyFly controls the directional flight, or tries to, and then this one has also changeable neck, which can change settings from lofts and the way it sits. Also, it's got a weight at the back that can change kind of your rate of closures a little bit, those kind of things. So both of these two clubs are aimed at a different kind of range of players, but also the same. I have people who ask for both of these clubs to be compared, which is why we're doing it. But also I could argue that the Bio Cell Plus is maybe slightly harder to hit than the Bertha due to head size, those kind of things. But it's minuscule, it's tiny. So let's give them both a hit and see how they feel. We're going to start Cobra Bio Cell Plus. Anyone who watches my videos, I do love this club, could game it so easily, often produces very good numbers. And for me, I love the look of that blue to white head, white shaft, just looks so cool. It is a very good looking driver. Let's give it a hit. It feels really good when you hit it. It makes a nice sound. It also gives a visually what I think quite a nice looking flight, lowish spinning. And it sees the send out there. It makes a bit of a ting off the face, which I quite like as well for people. It makes them feel like they've really given it a good whack when they hit it. We get the Cobra line up, nice. You get the little Cobra signal or kind of logo on top, which looks quite cool. Let's give it another hit. This club is definitely oozing cool factor. I think that one's slightly off the top of the club, but it's out there. You've got to remember with this club and all the clubs nowadays, you've got so much changeability in here. You can custom fit this, spec it how you need to. Even though I'm going to present you my numbers at the end of the video with both clubs, you've got to go and try these yourself. This is just because my numbers could be very different to you. This is more of a general overview. I know I give the numbers because you guys like a bit of numbers, but you shouldn't look too much into my numbers. Here we go. One more. Definitely one of my favourite looking drivers of the year, this one. And again, it's a good fly. So if the numbers, if you think about what I'm saying there, people often say, oh, that's just a look, what about the performance? Most of these clubs perform almost identically. They're very similar. All these clubs nowadays are being built to the same tolerances by USGA, GA and the R&A. They make sure that they can't do too much with the club. So everyone's building up to those limits. So they perform very similar for lots of people. They play with CG placements and kind of the way you can spunk it up and twist it up and move it around, those kind of things. The look of it to me, plus the feel, is going to be everything if the numbers come out the same as the one I'm already gaming. Because for this one, I would like to have this in my bag. If the numbers were as good as I want them to be, this one just sits and looks exactly how I'd want a driver to look. So you've got to try and work that into your buying process as well. Don't be just kind of thinking that there is a driver that's going to be one's better than the other. They're all pretty good as long as you put some good numbers on it. So let's try that up with the Callaway now. Right guys, Big Bertha then, Callaway, like I say, we get the sliding rail, we get a little weight in the heel, we get the changeable neck, we get a stunning Callaway looks. It's kind of got this glossy, almost kind of glittery top line with a silver face, which I really like. Coming out with the white to the blue shaft. I think this driver will appeal to lots of people, and I think it will really appeal to a certain generation of players as well who grew up with Big Bertha. I know when I give this club to a lot of certainly better players, they put it down and that's what they want a driver to look like. That's what they want it to really appeal to them. That's how they think it should look, which ticks a lot of boxes for people. So let's give it a hit. Sits nice and square down by the ball, but you can use the neck to move the club around if you want to. Yeah, this one makes a very different sound. Callaways always have done, because you get this kind of almost graphite lid and then going into titanium. It's that kind of multi-construction. It does make a different sound, and I quite like the sound. It's a duller sound, which again better players tend to go for. It's not the loudest thing in the world. It's almost a more realistic sound for lots of people, where the others seem cranked up. So this does appeal for people. I like that little triangle line-up line on top of Big Bertha. Let's give it another hit. Again, it's a lovely fight. It does seem a little lower to my eyes. I always launch this one out a little lower, so again you could really spec around with lofts, change them in the net, get a different one, those kind of things, because again the custom fit options on this club are as much as anything else. But that, if you want that lower ball flight and you don't want to change the loft, this one might do it for you. Let's give it one more hit and then we'll compare the numbers with the real balls, because I'm a real boy. Right, here we go. One last hit with Big Bertha. It does feel good. And I caught that one slightly out of heel, and that is still out there. Both of these clubs used by tour players. Big Bertha on tour as well. You know, they got tour presence as well. Have they got presence in the handicap golfers' bags? Two good clubs. Let's look at the numbers and see if they would sway it in any way. Right guys, numbers time. Bio Cell plus driver, launching around 16 degrees, spinning at 2.2, a good low spinning driver. I've had this driver in other tests spinning lower. All the tests I do with the drivers are on the same day, so I'm not using archive data, because I swing differently on each day, feel differently. I've said this in other videos. If you're going to compare a driver, you've got to hit them on that same day. If I go and compare my best set of numbers with Bio Cell a week ago compared to today, well, I might have got up earlier, had a better sleep, a worse sleep, eaten differently. There's so many other factors in there. So comparing them for me on the same day is a great way for you guys to compare your own numbers as well. Certainly when watching these videos as well, you know, just you want numbers on the same day, that hitting that club at the same time to get realistic ones, in my opinion. So carry 261, which is a decent carry with Bio Cell Plus. I've had this driver going further than that on other days, but I'm still happy with those numbers. And a nice low spin. And I've had this one. Bio Cell Plus has got the ability with the perfect strike to get very low spin numbers as well. I've had it going as far and further than the driver I game sometimes. Now if we compare that up to Callaway, slightly higher spinning. Now I did hit these ones, I felt slightly lower on the club, but I thought I'd keep them in there because look at the distance, look at the performance. 264, it's 3 yards further in carry, so all intents and purposes they're going almost the same. But look at my top one, 270 compared to a 261 with the Bio Cell Plus. So on this test, even though I didn't nail the Callaway as good as I felt I could do, I was pretty impressed with those numbers. 264 average carry, slightly higher spin due to that strike, and there it is, look, slightly lower launching, 13 compared to the 16. So I could really play around with loss if I wanted to really spec that one up. I've done it with this club in the past. I did it when I went to Callaway, and it performed, again, similar numbers subject to the day. Peak height with the Callaway 36 yards to 41, so it is going that little bit lower. And it feels like that to me, but lower with that kind of carry, that's going to get good roll as well out there. Two great performing clubs. For me on those two, it's Cobra all day on the looks. It's Callaway on that test for the distance, and it's only 3 yards carried. It's nothing. As you can see with these two clubs, you've got to go more on what you feel. If you're getting numbers as close as that, you can't tell the difference. Go with feel, how it feels off the face, how it sits, go with looks, those kind of things. It's as good as buying kind of criteria as anything else out there if the numbers are so similar. I mean, I've tried both these clubs a lot, and it's hard for me to pick. I'm going to sit on the fence. I can't pick. It's Cobra on looks, it's Callaway on performance, but on another day it's been Cobra on performance over nearly any other club I tried. The key thing here for you, two very good drivers. Both offer a lot of options. You go out and try them and get your own numbers. Thanks for watching, guys. Sitting on the fence, I know you're going to get some comments, post comments down below. Let's hear what you got to say about sitting on the fence, Crossfield, with those two drivers. I'd love to hear, and we'll speak to you soon. So if you like what's going on here, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Also thumbs up the video, post comments. Love to hear what you guys got to say. Let's keep it social. The more we talk, the more we share, the easier this game will get for everybody. So if you want to find me on Facebook here, you can find me on Facebook. If you want to tweet me, find me on Twitter here as well. Just follow the links, all in the description. Come and join the show, get active, get involved, get playing some better golf. Thanks for watching.